Hey there, TRASTRA fans. Episode 136 of your beloved Newsreel is going to be a bit unusual. I'm going to put up there text graphic, right up there. Keep it on throughout the entire episode because when we discuss today's subject, we simply must, time to time, return to this thesis put forward very concisely by a brilliant man, sociologist Edward O. Wilson, who during a debate at Harvard Museum of Natural History in 2009 said that the real problem of humanity is the following. We have Paleolithic emotions, medieval institutions, and godlike technology. So we'll let this thing hang up there while we discuss the latest Joe Rogan podcast featuring Marc Andreessen, the tech billionaire who seems to have an uncanny knack for predicting the future. If you don't know Andreessen, he's the guy who helped create the Netscape browser way back in the early 90s, essentially building the foundation of the internet as we know it. The guy basically writes the future. He's made bold calls on every major trend, sharing economy, social media, and now he's predicting the death of the 9-to-5 job by 2034 because of, you guessed it, AI. I think a footnote here is in order. It's no wonder that Marc Andreessen is deeply in love with AI, given that his venture capital firm, Andreessen Horowitz, is among the most active in the space, which makes the fact that Marc Andreessen couldn't explain Web3 to a tech commentator ever more amusing. And he's not alone. Give this article right here a read. You'll have immense fun. Anyway, since 2013, Andreessen backed 80 plus AI-related startups. In early 2023, Andreessen Horowitz allocated $2.25 billion for AI-focused applications and infrastructure, leading investments in notable companies like Mistral AI and Airspace Intelligence. The firm also participated in OpenAI's $300 million funding round, valuing the company between $27 billion and $29 billion. So pumping AI bags in this circumstance is not really, only natural. It's literally his job. He seems to have lost interest in it by now, but just remember how Marc Andreessen talked about crypto a few years back when he first invested in Coinbase. So in Andreessen's view, your 9-to-5 will go extinct within the next decade. Why? Because AI is about to make everything unimaginably cheap. Think about it. Medical diagnoses, legal briefs, management consulting, services that cost thousands today will cost pennies tomorrow. The implications are staggering. Here's what Andreessen is saying. As costs plummet, your need to work dwindles. AI will handle tasks that once required expansive human labor. Want a personal assistant? Done. Need a coach, tutor, or therapist? AI can fill those roles too. The barrier to accessing expertise and support will totally vanish. But it doesn't stop there. Andreessen envisions a world where everyone is a creator. With tools like DALL-E, ChatGPT, and so on, Claude, whatever. The technical hurdles to creating art, music, or even fully functioning websites collapse. No longer is creativity reserved for the privileged few with resources or specialized skills. In this AI-powered world, the only thing standing between you and your dream project is your imagination. Here's where it gets interesting. Andreessen argues that this shift will redefine wealth. Success will no longer go to the hardest workers, but those with the best ideas. It's not about grinding anymore, it's about innovating. He believes we're still early, so early in fact that anyone with a laptop and a good idea can leverage this moment to create opportunities, build connections, and generate wealth. Now, this is what I call bag pumping ninja level. I mean, it all sounds incredible, doesn't it? A utopia where abundance eliminates scarcity. AI democratizes creativity and wealth accrues to innovators. But here's the thing, this vision raises some uncomfortable questions. Well, first of all, the prediction that AI will kill the 9-to-5 job by 2034 hinges on the assumption that technological advances will outpace economic, societal, and regulatory barriers, something I don't see. At all. There may be some complexities of this transformation that AI will be able to reshape with time. However, it's unlikely that traditional job structures will be completely eliminated within a decade. The future will likely involve a hybrid system where AI augments human labor rather than entirely replacing it, especially with things like medical, I'm going to take that in air quotes because I'm quoting Andreessen here, with things like medical diagnoses, legal briefs, management consulting, and so on, since the responsibility for bad decisions in these cases is definitely going to lay on some, human shoulders unless Marc Andreessen can come up with a way to prosecute and penalize artificial intelligence. Hopefully he never does. Another point worth discussing is Marc Andreessen's vision of a world where everyone becomes a creator. thanks to AI tools like, well, I've already listed those tools. While it's true that creativity is innate in all of us, much of it is conditioned out by the time we enter school. For many, the ability to create is only revisited after years, sometimes decades, making it challenging to pick up again in adulthood. That said, unfortunately, widespread availability of AI-powered creative tools means that even with minimal skills, anyone can start creating on Instagram or TikTok. We've already witnessed this during the ongoing NFT boom, where low effort and often absurd art saturated the market, creating bubbles that made and broke fortunes. So it's crucial to recognize that access to tools alone doesn't equate to a leap in quality. Simply having a different toolbox won't inherently lead to more significant or better creative solutions. And final point I wanted to make is this weird assumption that AI will make everything cheap. To that, I say that in our greed-based society, manufacturers and producers are driven by profit incentives. And if AI truly drives the cost of producing goods and services to near zero, the implications for profitability and market dynamics are profound. Manufacturers won't produce goods at a loss or settle for minuscule profits. AI might reduce costs somewhat, making low-margin products somewhat profitable. Also, companies could pivot to premium offerings, services, or new market opportunities, which begs the question of what the poor folk are to do, in the AI-run world. Some theorists might argue that economic dynamics such as demand elasticity, market access, and innovation could sustain profitability despite lower product prices, and that AI will not just make things cheaper, it will, reshape the entire value chain. Well, time will tell. For now, AI or no AI, we already see entire economies crumble just because they don't have access to cheap energy or labor. The ability of German manufacturers like Audi or Volkswagen to produce cars more efficiently with the help of AI or robotics or whatever does not guarantee sustained profitability or shareholder value. In order to do that, they have to lay off a whole bunch of people. But then, the real challenge lies in finding enough customers who can afford to purchase 50,000 euro, electric vehicles that they struggle to manufacture and sell. For that to happen, customers need access to sufficient capital, which ties back into broader economic dynamics such as income distribution, affordability, and wealth creation. This creates a vicious circle where supply, demand, and financial accessibility are interdependent, influenced by a complex web of economic factors, the capital flow, purchasing power, and market stability. Without addressing these systematic challenges, even the gods of AI themselves may struggle to drive long-term success. One certainty is that capitalists will continue seeking ways to maximize profits while minimizing expenses, whether that's on labor or other external costs. They will seek to add value wherever that value can be added, maintaining their relentless pursuit of keeping their bloody coffers full. In my view, this makes it clear that the debate is no longer purely economic or technological. It's increasingly a socio-economic matter. And here's where AI shows its limits. While it can transform industries, streamline processes, and create efficiencies, no matter what Marc Andreessen tells you, it cannot address the deeper societal questions of fairness, empathy, or what it means to be human. These are challenges for us to solve, not machines. AI might revolutionize the tools we use, but it's up to us to ensure it doesn't exacerbate existing inequalities or neglect the socio factor, the essential task of becoming better humans. On that front, I fear AI can't offer much help. Even if AI delivers abundance and reshapes our medieval institutions, we're still operating with the same hardwired brains, tribal, fearful, greedy. These instincts served us well in the Paleolithic era, but in a world of infinite possibility through AI, they're dangerous. How do we evolve emotionally and cognitively to match the promise of our godlike technology? Because if we don't, we risk replicating the same old inadequacies just with shinier tools. So yes, Andreessen's predictions are inspiring, but they're also a call to action, a reminder that the future is ours to shape. Will AI lead us to abundance or just reinforce the status quo? Will we rise to the challenge of emotional and cognitive evolution, or let our Paleolithic wiring hold us back? These aren't just abstract questions. These are the defining questions of our time, and the clock is ticking. The 9-to-5 office job might die by 2034, but we've got a lot to figure out before then. With that, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry I had to turn this thing into monologue. Marc Andreessen's podcast with Rogan turned me on to this, philosophical note. If anyone's tired of that, I'm sorry about that. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and share our content. Like what you hear, especially, hit that like button and let me know what you think in the comment section. If you haven't joined our Telegram community, be sure that you do. And with that, I bid you adieu. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.